Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Drayton Town Career Mode. So we are into March, coming into the final months now of the season, and it's going to probably go down to the wire this one, especially with the playoffs and also the title, the top three. I think there's around about 10 teams that can get into that sort of bridge mark of the playoffs into the mid-table side. So it's going to be really interesting to see how it gets on. I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully you are as well. So as you have seen there, we have Colchester United first at home, try and get this brilliant home streak that we've got. We're only lost 2 home games all season. That is a fantastic sort of stat and record to have. So if we can keep that going and only lose 2 games to the end of the season, that would be really good, especially in our first sort of season. But this league has proven to be very difficult. But we, as you can see, we're a fourth way off the top of the league, and we get sort of an early luck that we needed really with 3 points off second. So it is a long haul for us to get back up into that sort of top two space, even to the automatic playoffs. But B does well, capitalising on a error from the defender, takes a really heavy touch in his own box, shouldn't do that. B just comes in and slides it just under the goalkeeper. Keeper made himself really big, but B found the gap where he needed to put it and make it 1-0 to us really early on. And then nothing really happened. Colchester tried to push. We defended quite well. We didn't really have that many chances. You can see trying to break down a 5-man Colchester defence. So the only way that I could do it was put it over the top for Mikey to run in, hit it hard as he can across the goalkeeper, and it became 2-0 just a few minutes before the break. And what a counter-attack that was after, of course, Colchester were putting on some pressure. And then right on the very stroke of half-time, Tommy did really well to feed the ball into myself. I did even well to get a shot off with the defender closing into me. Keeper makes a really good save, but Neil delivers across into the penalty area. And on the 6-yard line, Mikey is there to smash in with his head and make it 3-0 literally over that at a time. So unfortunate for Colchester, and it looked like it was game set, a match for them at half time. But they did come out a bit fighting, bit of second half. Really poor goalkeeping here. It's a poor knockdown. Hall gets there. Ian slides down into it, not I guess at it. Either way you look at it, it's poor goalkeeping and probably poor defending as well. To make it 3-1 to Colchester. And then 10 minutes later, they played really good football down here. A couple of defenders sort of sleeping. Great ball into the middle. I thought he was offside. Should have shot. I need to figure a way how to stop them sliding across the box and actually shoot. That would be absolutely fantastic. So going from 3-0 up into 3-2 with 10 minutes to go, really high pressure from Colchester that they were applying. We managed to get a corner, which Dan heads it into the back of the net, but unfortunate for Dan is that it will go down as an own goal. It did not count as Dan's goal. The defender actually kicked it in. So it's unfortunate for Dan because that would have been another goal on his stats. But more importantly, it's 3 points for us, which is more important, especially after a couple of dodgy runs in the month of previous. So 1 win away from the final at Wembley. Bolton and Swindon at the other game. You would expect Bolton to go through against Swansea, against Swindon, and of course you would expect Barnsley to go through against us. But we put up a really good fight of late, especially against Sheffield Wednesday and Peterborough. We've done really well in them sort of games. Keane almost had a chance to give us the lead. Then Danny did head to actually way wide in the end. Really poor from him. But then take a bow. Tyler wins a header. Danny chests it and just hits it with his left foot up and over the goalkeeper into the far corner and makes it 1-0 with a fantastic strike. If you're going to score a goal like that and then to win a game, then that's the way to do it. Absolutely fantastic it was from Danny with the strike. Here, a bit of injury concern. I thought Tommy was actually going to get sent off or get a yellow card for the foul, but actually nothing came to it, and it was just a normal free kick. And then Barnsley's best chance here, really pushing down this left-hand side, is a good little cut back in to the edge of the area. Shaw does well, cuts back in, takes a touch, finds his other stroke partner, and Jan makes a really decent save. Has to dive away at full stretch to get a hand onto that and keep it at 1-0. And then we did really well until the second half. B had put really a lot of pressure on Barnsley, just spreading the play out. It's a poor pass here. Tyler out to Mikey, does well into B, one-on-one, stayed on side, but he sort of rushed to his head. He could have killed the game, could have sent us most likely to Wembley nice and early on without worry. Hits it over the bar. Then he has another chance, hits it at the goalkeeper. I have a shot, but try to fire across the goal, I guess. When it was a shot on target, it was a really good parry out from the goalkeeper. B was at the back stick anyway. And then, yeah, the whistle went, and absolutely sort of good scenes at the end of the game, because we went through to Wembley, where, of course, we would either play Bolton or Swindon. I guess on favourite terms, you would expect Bolton to go through, and we'll be playing them. So, again, it's not really hard games that we've had. We've had quite a lot of them, so no easy games, of course, in that. So we are through to Wembley in our first season, and hopefully we can win a trophy. If we don't obviously win the league, winning this trophy would be better. In terms of this interesting stat, we're the top goal scorers in League 2. More surprisingly, we also have the best defence in League 2. Really surprised about that. But yeah, if Walsall are up there for doing really well in defence, they're actually up there in the league, which is fair enough to them. You can see where they're good defence. They've got 7 people defending their box, while we've got 2 in there. B has a shot that was straight at the goalkeeper after Tommy bombed forward and got a cross in. Walsall's kind of half chance from a free kick, sailed way over the bar, and then a long sort of kick up here into B, did really well. Tommy into nil, great ball over the top for Mikey, took a fantastic touch and hits it with his left foot through the keeper's arms, it looked like, but he gave us a 1-0 lead 5 minutes before half time, and we finally broke the best defence in the league, really. And then, 3 minutes later, if that, really good play from Walsall, cut in again. It's a good turn. It went through Ryan's legs, and then Stevens managed to get the shot away. I guess it's a little bit poor defending from Dan, because he has to be stronger there. He has to get the challenge in, but he didn't. Maybe he gave away a penalty, but either way, Walsall scored. And then in the come of the hour, come of the man, really, as of late, Paul scoring a lot of goals, hit an absolute screamer into the roof of the net, into the far corner as well. Fantastic goal. That was to Paul to restore our victory, or our lead, shall I say. And then B did really well here. Weak shot. I must have taken a deflection off the defender ankle or something like that, but it managed to fall down. And the keeper made a really good save. And then Alfie with a really good pass. I tried to get it through to Ocean, but I think he ran offside. It fell through to me. It took a heavy touch. The defender was almost going to get there, but I managed to squeeze in the shot and make it 3-1 and game, set, and match, because it literally was on the stroke of full time. So another victory. And finally, I guess we are starting to win away, which is the key thing here. Especially in this time of the season, we cannot be dropping points away from home, let alone at home. Tyler had a little knock, but it actually wasn't too serious. But it was really poor touch, actually, and it just fell to Davidson here. What a touch. Hits it really well. Fantastic finish, has to be said, into the far corner to give Wimbledon a deserved 1-0 lead after 20 minutes. And then they nearly went 2-0 up, a header there that was really important that we got to, just in case there was like 3 people waiting behind that front post. Then Neil managed to break out, give it to myself. I got literally no one up. Mikey, for some reason, sort of jogging on the halfway line. But I went alone, hit it across the goalkeeper into the far corner, and made it 1-1 10 minutes before half time in a game that we really didn't deserve anything. And then early into the second half, went on the front foot, try and turn this game around. Neil forcing a save from the goalkeeper, really good save. Mikey then had a shot that was cleared off the line. Paul won the header. It fell to Novio. Keeper then made another great save, diving across his goal to keep it out. And then from the resulting corner again, Novio involved. It came off the Wimbledon head, and then the keeper came for it. And after the keeper doing so well in that previous sort of play phase there, he then let himself down by come charging out with it, which allowed Mikey to just get up above everyone, head it into empty net, and make it 2-1 and turn this game around. And then it was really turned around when Chris hit an absolute corker on the line. smashed it. The defender on the line nearly actually saved it, even with his arm or his chest. I've always worried that, like Dan's one, it was going to go down as an own goal, but it didn't. It actually went down as Chris's goal, which was fantastic. So I thought game one made a fair few changes, but that wasn't to be the case. Harry Powell hit a rocket into the corner. Jan, who I put in goal, no, Sov actually in goal, sorry, couldn't get that. It was too far away from him. And then Keane just went on a good little mazy run here. I thought the defender was going to come charging out. Then the keeper did a really good save, but Keane could have scored and killed this game off once and for all. But then it fell to Tommy, but I just couldn't get it through. And then, yeah, we sort of broke the play up. And then Tony gets up with a header, just couldn't get there. It's a really good save from Sov. Managed to sort of make a good arm connection with the save there. And then there's another ball swung in. Keane did well to win the first ball into Danny. He does really well here. Just times his run into Ocean over the top. Tried to like sort of kill the game, make it sort of that they couldn't get back into there. But the Wimbledon goalkeeper made a really good save, and it stays or it ended 3-2 to us, and we take another victory on the road, 2 from 2 away from home. And then we had 3 away games in a row, and we got off to a flyer from this one. Neil hitting an absolute rocket into the far corner. Really good strike from him. Finally, I think he's on double figures as of this recording now. So finally another player on the double figure mark. But yeah, really good time from Neil to actually get his sort of goals. Ryan got him booked for a late challenge, but we played it out really well from the free kick. That wasn't really played really well from Grimsby. Neil put a good ball over the top. The defender almost got there, to be fair. He was inches away from getting a touch onto it, but when you got B breathing down your neck, absolutely charging at you, just steals it off him, takes it away from his toe, just goes into the far corner, and then makes it 2-0. Kind of on the counter-attacking against the run of play, really. And then out of nowhere, a complete deserved third. Mikey capitalising on another mistake from Grimsby. This is kind of payback for them beating us 3-1 at home. Of course, we had 10 men. They had 10 men. It was a feisty game in the same sort of conditions as well. But absolutely fantastic first half from our boys. But then we sort of fell apart again. Really good play here. Again, passing across the box from the AI, which I really detest. It really frustrates me when they do that, because like just shoot the first time round. Then they got a little bit nervous because out of nowhere Sov didn't carry the ball, didn't catch it, it just rolled past him, and then Grimsby made it 3-2, which was a little bit surprising. Then Grimsby had a lot more pressure on us. We were committing more fouls. I'm really defending against sort of the back line. Massive mix up in the back, couldn't clear it, and then in the end B smashes it away just to sort of relieve the pressure. And then late into sort of stoppage time, I guess, as the clock ticked to 90, Ocean did really well, feeds it over the top for Neil, takes a touch, goes through on the goalkeeper, and makes a really good save to keep it out and keep it at 3-2. And then another good ball from Joe, and then it picks up to Chris, who heads and loops over the goalkeeper. And Chris scoring a lot of goals. When Chris scores, he scores like in a frequent of games. Really, he gets 2 in the games that he scored earlier on in the season. Now he's got 2 in this episode. So when Chris does pop up with a few goals, they're vitally important when he does get that. So it's another win, 3 away games in a row, 3 wins in a row. If you were saying that sort of 2-3 episodes ago, I wouldn't have agreed with you that we'd be doing that. But three away games in a row, 3 victories, 9 points, absolutely massive in that respect. And of course, obviously, we won our home game as well earlier on in that. And then we end on the home game here against Bradford. Played really well. Novio actually threw 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. Defender come charging across, but Novio just sort of rush of blood, hit it high and over, and unfortunately just doesn't go anywhere near the goal, which is a little bit frustrating. Bradford actually had a really good chance here, really good play from Chapman, sold a couple of dummies. The defender, I don't know what they did there, my defender and their attacker may have collided or something, but either way, ball just went up in the air and nearly sort of fell into their arms to get the goal, which they probably would have deserved there. Ocean should have done better, hit it straight at the goalkeeper. Need to make the goalkeeper work in that situation. And then we just turned on. Last 10 minutes we were really here, waiting to fight. And then here, Mikey, you would expect him to score, but he heads it wide. Yes, he's got pressure from the defender behind him, but all the goals that Mikey has scored this season, you would expect him to head that into the back of the net. and sort of be laughing more goals for him. We'll be taking another 3 points. But I suppose importantly, the players have been tied 3 away games. It might take its toll on the fitness and then how we perform. So I'll take that. I'll take an unbeaten month as well. That's even better, and a couple of clean sheets to hand as well. And of course, we have a Wembley appearance as well in the Papa John's Trophy. In terms of the table, as you can see, we've gone from 4th to 6th. Real statement of intent. A lot of points and a lot of goals. As I said, a couple of wins and a draw there as well. But as I said as well, we're now sort of opening that gap, I guess, between Stockport, Mansfield, and us. We're having that gap, and then there's a big gap between Mansfield and Walsall, and then it's the kind of the fight from 5th, probably down to 10th or 11th, to keep the playoff sort of race intact and more interesting as well. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Our aim game now is to stay in the top 3 for defo. In terms of clean sheets, Ian with 7 clean sheets. Jan and Sov both on 3, but many congratulations for Ian. Only needs 3 more clean sheets at home to get his bonus, while Sov and Jan both need 2 more to get their bonus. So it's going to be difficult because I think from now to the end of the season, every game needs to be a clean sheet in terms of when they play. Goals, Mikey absolutely flying in front. He's got 24 now. We've still got a month and a half, so I probably expect him to be on 30 in all seriousness. Absolutely flying. But South finally on double figures. Neil just 1 off it. B a couple off it as well. And of course, Danny with that super goal to take us to Wembley is now above Ocean on 5. Chris has jumped up to there as well on 4. But that is going to wrap up the end of the episode, guys. I really do appreciate all the support and all the comments and all the views that I've been getting on this. Like if you are new to this channel, subscribe as well, and I'll see you for the live coverage.